Hey there, it's Miner, and today I'm going to be doing a tutorial about the most effective way to mine in Minecraft. So what I'm going to be doing is showing you a mine shaft I set up, explaining how it's effective and time conservative, and lastly, showing you how to mine after you have set up your shaft to get underground. So I'm going to get started. So most people probably use a mine shaft with either ladders or stairs. Well, actually, it would be most effective and time-conserving to use the stair method and then the drop-in method that I came up with. That's actually really time-conserving. So let me show you right now. So I'm going to come this way from my little cave house base, and here is the mineshaft entrance. Now, make sure you use a trap door because you don't want to accidentally fall in. And the drop-in is safe because there's water at the bottom, as you can see right now. So I'm gonna hop in, whee, and make sure you don't tilt to the side as you're falling down because you don't want to take fall damage. Or make sure you fall in the water exactly. Now, anyways, you might be thinking, yeah, but it would require digging straight down to make that. Well, to prevent yourself from having any problems, what you would do is, when you would dig straight down, the only thing you would have in your inventory is literally just your stone pickaxe, or multiple if you need multiple. And you would just dig straight down to do that, and if you happen to fall in lava, no big deal. I mean, the only thing you lose is just a little stone pickaxe that's easy to replace. So, I mean, and if it doesn't work and you fall in lava, don't frustrate yourself. Just do it in a different area that doesn't have the lava. I mean, even if it takes a little bit longer, like even if it just happens to fall in an area that's still on your staircase, it's okay because, I mean, don't frustrate yourself. But basically that's that, and now that I've showed you the effective way to get into the mine shaft, I'm going to show you the effective way to get out of it. So what you would do is build a staircase that will only be used to exit. If you use it to enter, it'll take longer, and it would take like 10 seconds to get down via stairs, but it only takes like 2 seconds to get down via this drop-in method and falling in water, so it's time conserving. Well, that is like in the end, like it might not be too time conserving when you're making it, but it's gonna end up paying off because then it'll conserve time each time you do it, which is gonna be way more worth it. Now, anyways, to get out, all you really need to just do after you've built your stair shaft is just sprint out and make sure your hunger bar is decently full and you have plenty of food on you when you go mining. So I will show you how to actually make the staircase, because the thing is, you don't want to like break too many blocks because that would use up extra time and really just use more durability on your tools. So I'm going to show you real quick how to actually do it. I'm not going to be going all the way down to 11 blocks deep, which is how deep you want your cave to be, because that's where the lava best is, and you can find lots of good treasures down there. But basically, you don't want to break too many blocks, okay? Try to make it kind of simple on yourself, and make sure you bring a good amount of stairs on you. So here's an example, okay? You would be going down to 11 blocks, so I'm at 65, right? Because, I mean, I can click here and it says 65, circling it on screen right now. So, just do the maths. I mean, 65 minus 11, I mean, it's obviously 44, which means you need, if you were doing it exactly as my example, it would be 44 stairs. But to be a little conservative, you'd probably want to bring down like 50. But if you were coming down to 11 blocks from like a really high mountain in the sky, because maybe you like heights and you're not a person who's afraid of heights, and the place you're starting to dig from is like 100 feet up, then, I mean, you do 100 minus 11, and that's 89, and you would need at least 89 stairs, preferably more. Now, anyways, I'm going to continue digging in here. Make sure you don't break too many blocks. Like, do the minimum amount to where you wouldn't, like, bang your head, like, it wouldn't block your head when you're sprinting out, because sprinting, like, coming in, like, a barely high enough ceiling coming down would it affect you, but coming up, it actually doesn't. So, basically, just, I'm doing, like, I don't even know if it needs to be this tall. Maybe I mean, not too much. Like, don't break so many blocks to the point where, like, don't do this, okay? Don't do this. I know it might look cool, but if you want to conserve time, don't do it to where it's literally this high, because I mean that's not necessary and it's extravagant. So just that is what to not do. So do it basically the minimum. Now I'm gonna go down a little bit, right, and then I'm gonna cheat in stairs. Don't actually cheat in stairs in your survival world, but I'm doing it just for the sake of this tutorial, okay? And then you would place down the stairs, like this, right? Make sure you have enough stairs to go down with, like I just explained. Coming down, make sure you put torches when it gets really dark, but this area is not dark enough for me to place a torch, so as not waste the resources. And yeah, be real effective for me to come up. Now, when you're actually doing it, this even is a little bit too much, so I'm gonna put some of the blocks back just to show you just the most durability conserving and time conserving thing. See, it only needs to be like that much, which means when you're actually doing it, you only need to break 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks. So you only need to break 4 blocks like this, each little thing. Like, I don't know if you're visual or auditory, but I'll just be doing both so that all learning style people can benefit from this video. Like that. And then put it down like that, and yeah, that's pretty much the most effective way. 4 down and then putting the stairs there. Just do what I told you if you want to do the most effective thing. If you think it's too complicated, that's okay. I'll respect your opinion, and you can do it. I mean, just use my advice. You don't have to copy it exactly, but yeah, that's pretty much how to do that. So now that I've showed you the entrance and the exit of your mineshaft, now I'm going to show you how to actually use your mineshaft and mine in it. Just a few tips. I'm not going to be telling you exactly everything, but I'm going to be giving you some wise advice. Now anyways, let me come down here. So now I'm down here, and as you can see, I have 5 mines set up that are numbered. So I have mine number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 on signs. And the reason why I've been using like wood for everything, like the stairs and the signs and like the well, mainly the stairs though, is because it's actually cheaper to do stairs, because every log you break from a tree, you can make 4 planks out of it. And with stone, you only get 1 cobblestone from each block. So do wood if you want to conserve time. And that's the stairs. But anyways, I know the newer version of Minecraft like have different kind of wood signs, so just use the kind of sign that's like the most convenient for you. I'm only doing oak because I'm in 1.12, but I don't know what version you're in. Now anyways, make sure you use signs to label your mines so you don't get them mixed up, and have them be a few blocks apart from each other, like this. Do not do like this. Like, this is the big don't do. This is the no-no right here. I'm putting literally the words on screen. Do not do 2 caves right next to each other like this, because then the problem will be when you're doing your cave, like the ore veins will be the same between your 2 caves. And then let's say for example I mine in mine 5 first, and I find some ore, like this coal right here, so lucky. And I'm gonna mine coal like as normal, you know, people in Minecraft mine coal. Ooh, also found some redstone. That's cool. So I'm just mining. And the coal goes over here, which would actually go to my other mine shaft. So now, since I've already mined so much coal, let's just pretend I already mined this whole vein. Because it'll be time consuming to mine all of it, because coal comes in such big veins. Let's say I come into my other cave that's right next to it. And I'm gonna mine, and well, now I don't get the coal because I already mined it. So don't do that, okay? Don't let that happen. Make your things, preferably your mines, each mine going in different directions, and do a lot of mines so that don't do this. Have 1 mine that goes really far out, and you only have that 1 mine. Do not do that, because if you do that, then it'll take you a long time to walk all the way back to your exit every time. I mean, That would be so inconvenient. Make several mines, and maybe do them until you like find something like a actual dungeon or mineshaft or just lava area or whatever it is, but don't make one that goes really far. Use a few, and make sure they go in different directions so you're not finding the same areas you've already explored each time. Like, if you're just mining for ore, that's probably okay to do something like this mine going out like this, and then this other mine going out like this. It'd probably be okay if you're just trying to get ore, but if you're actually like wanting to explore caves and have some fun Minecraft adventures, make your mines go in different directions so you don't come across the same stuff each time. And there's 4 directions, obviously, so you can even make it 8 if you want, but yeah, sideways mining is not a good idea. It's more costly because you're breaking more blocks as you go along with it. Just don't do sideways mining. So 4 directions to divide your caves, pretty good. And also, a tip is when you're going into your cave and just doing it, make sure your brightness is always on bright. 99% are bright, pretty much the same thing, but make sure it's always on bright. Because if it's lower than bright, then everything will be darker, and you're going to place torches more often, which wastes resources. So just make sure it is on bright, and whenever you get to a place that's like dark or probably an area where a monster would likely spawn, put a torch there. And I don't know how good your vision is, so you can kind of base like how often you place a torch on your vision, but when it gets really dark, put a torch, but do not put constant torches like when it starts getting a little bit dark, like this. Don't do that. That'll be a waste of resources and you'll end up running out of torches way too fast. Only do it when it actually gets like really decently dark. Like, I'm gonna go a little further and then show you when you should actually be placing torches when you're going along your mine. Probably about this often. It kind of depends on your vision, but when it actually gets really dark, that's when you should place a torch. Don't do it too often because then you'll run out too fast. And also, if you're in a version of Minecraft like old enough where you can actually do the pickaxe combining thing, do that. So let's say, I'm just going to do a command. Don't actually do a command in survival mode. Let's just say, for example, I'm making up this little thing. So let's say, for example, you're in a version old, like where you can actually combine pickaxes. You have 2 pickaxes that are decently broken, like 31 durability. I'm using a durability show mod. And make sure you combine them together, because then, as you see, if you know your math, 31 plus 31 is 62, right? But when I actually craft it, it's 68, and, 68 is 6 more than 62. So that actually gives me 6 extra durability on my pickaxe. So make sure when you have 2 pickaxes that are like almost broken, you do combining. You can even do a 3-way combine, or 4-way combine, or 5-way combine. So let's say, for example, you've been mining for a long time, right? And all your pickaxes are almost broken. Well, now it's time to combine them. 2 at a time, because it only, I think, allows like 2. Don't do this, though, and only waste it like that. Don't do that, anything like that. But you can, now I've given myself some pickaxes, so you could combine it like this. Now it's, see? Or even a 4-way thing, or however many pickaxes you just so happen to have. You should probably do that, because if you did that, it'll actually give you extra durability so you can stay in the mineshaft longer and save resources a little bit. Sorry for this glitch thing, I didn't mean to get that, but just ignore it. And yeah, also the last thing I would like to show you for this video is how to organize your inventory. So just for the sake of this, I'm gonna get rid of everything I don't need, because, I'm just gonna get rid of items I'm not actually gonna need when I start mining. Alright, so you can see on screen now, this is the ideal inventory for mining. Now, of course, you could have a diamond pickaxe, but I'm talking about mining in, not far into the game, okay? So, have a shield, right, and some good armor, because you might encounter mobs, unless you're in peaceful. If you're in peaceful, you don't really need weapons and armor, but, I'm in normal mode. Most people will probably be in normal mode, so I'm doing this for normal mode. And here's my hotbar, okay? So in the very center of attention, which is why it's in the center of my hotbar, I have a stone pickaxe, because that's what I'm going to be using the most to, you know, mine blocks. Don't just do straight up iron pickaxes, because that's too expensive. You can if you want, but I wouldn't recommend it. And then your secondary resources, which are the things like my torches and my iron pickaxe, like right outside of the center, are your secondary resources. I'll be using a torches often because I gotta light stuff up, and also iron pickaxes often to mine treasures like redstone and gold and diamond that require at least iron pickaxe. Now tertiary resources would include food and a shovel, or you can swap the blocks and shovel around, but I would do shovel because you're gonna need to dig out gravel just like this. I just happened to find the gravel, so yeah, dig out the gravel like that because you'll need that a lot for mining gravel. And then your fourthary resources, I'll call it, will be on the row like your second slot in your hotbar and your second to last slot. So that would include your sword and your blocks. You need blocks because if you need to cover over lava, just like I've done right here. So if I need to cover over this lava, right, I gotta have some blocks. So yeah, that'll make it more convenient. And then I need a sword because, I mean, occasionally I'm going to be fighting mobs, but not super often, so that's why they're the fourthary resources. Now, the least important resources would probably be a bow, because, I mean, I'm not going to be using a bow very often, am I? And possibly just a backup pickaxe to put in your hotbar, or an axe, but, or a bucket if you need to collect like lava or water, or even a diamond pickaxe if you're that far in the game. It kind of depends on what you're mining for. This ninth slot. It depends on what your goal is when you're mining. Like if you're trying to mine for obsidian, it should be a diamond pickaxe. Or if you're trying to get lava, it should be a bucket. Because I mean, or you can even put even more buckets in your inventory, like if you're trying to get a lot of lava or water. And if you're doing something, if just normal mining trip just to get ore, then you can just how about just do it the way I'm doing it. And the reason why I have the axe is for just in case I want to break wood in an abandoned mineshaft, but you don't really need to bring an axe when you go mining. You could save that inventory space. And make sure with the stone pickaxes you have at least 6, I would recommend, because then, if my first pickaxe breaks, I have a second. If the second breaks, I have a third, and so on. But, I mean, 5, 6, or 7, something in that range. Don't do, like, 10, because then you're not going to have enough inventory space. Also, make sure you have a stack of torches. Don't have, like, the 61 I have right now. That's not enough. You would need 60, you would need a whole stack. If you want to do a second stack, you can, but that'll be using another inventory space, though. And also have some arrows with you if you're using a bow. You can just do 1 arrow if you happen to have a bow with infinity enchantment. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. Kind of depends on the kind of mission you're doing. So that's my advice for mining and how to do it the most effectively. So those are my tips. You can change it up a little bit if you have like your own preferred way. But I suggest you would do it the way I've shown you because it's very time-conserving and effective and organized. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to show for today's tutorial, and bye!